Hey, what up, though? You know where you at and where you at, man. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to the squad, man. Welcome back. This is Alpoology, and I am your host, Ozone O, man. What's good, folks? I see my people in the building. We ready to discuss this? Hey, is it just me? But does Pat Porter look like she got some type of physical ailment that she's dealing with? You know what I'm saying? Now, there's no shade involved in that comment. You heard? If you paid attention closely, it looks like she has some sort of physical ailment. You feel me? If you look at her neck toward her jawline, you know what I'm talking about? But we'll get to that, man. Shout out to Basil Champ. That's the first comment I see. And you already know what he said to me. He said, welcome to the D. When he said that to me, it's time for me to say this to you. Welcome to Detroit, motherfucker.
Right. I got you. I love it. Hey, what's going on? What you need from me right now?
Do me something like, can you say this is Alpo, and I'm tapped in with, I'm tapped in with Up for Debate TV, just something like that, nothing big, you know?
Yeah, whatever, I'm just asking you what you want me to say. This is Alpo, and I'm tapped in with my main man,
Yes, sir.
Up for Debate TV.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's easy, and it's true. Go ahead, let's go.
All right, go ahead, whenever you're ready.
All right. Yo, this is Alpo, and I'm tapped in with my main man, Up for Debate TV. All day I fuck with him.
Yes, sir, I appreciate you for that one.
Yeah. We good?
Yes, sir.
All day love. All right, Detroit, just hit me.
It really hurt me when they killed Stan, nobody knew who to shoot. We ain't even have a plan, he sold me my first gun. He held my first son, if I was with him shooting it out, bitch we the one. I shed tears for my niggas who ain't here. They tattooed and spit that real shit to remember him, bitch I'm that dude. Catch a op and spit on his baby daughter, I'm that rule. Right at 3 o'clock, as soon as he get her out of school. You killed my dude, I don't give a fuck about you. I hope somebody killed you in case I never found you. And yeah, they know I'm bound to, and I put that on Damu. And when I saw Tawana start crying, shit, I cried too. Cause then I knew it was real, that was your boo. And I ain't fuck with them other niggas, but they cried too. I wore black like a whole 30 days. I slept in niggas' bushes, I fed niggas' caves. Asked Satan for the power and the rage to kill the right nigga. Shot up a couple houses, a couple twice, nigga. Supposed to been at your wedding with you threw some rice, nigga. But now it's snake eyes like I threw some dice, nigga. I lost you. How the fuck I'm supposed to take this shit without a real target? How I'm supposed to take this hit? Now everybody get lit, it's a green light. I sent a couple cowards to you, blood, take they afterlife. God, I hope I killed you, nigga. And if I didn't know it, still do, nigga. Yeah, you took my right hand man, you took my nigga 5. Now everybody had a problem with him's homicides. Bitch, I don't care if you did it or not, you gotta die. I know my nigga, he with me, he riding from the sky. Now I'ma let this mag hit you and rip through your bone tissue, bitch. And if you still breathing, no, I'm still coming get you, nigga. And I ain't going, he tryna set me up and he don't think a nigga know it. Animosity show it through his words, how he spoke it. Steady asking where I'm at, he tryna send them hitters smoking. Bitch nigga, I hit niggas for that same motherfucker. When niggas needed a friend, I treated them like a brother. When niggas was on your ass, bitch I had your back covered. Then the envy kicked in, jealous coward motherfucker. This loyalty over envy, LOE to my death.
What up, though? How y'all be, man? Peace to the 5% nation of guys of Earth. Shout out to my beloved Justice Allah, man. What's going on with y'all? I appreciate everybody that came out to rock, man. You heard? Lord God. That's my guy, Swore Lord. Peace, God. How you be? What's going on with you, man? Salute. Lady T, what up, sis? She said, what up, Sniper Gang and Alpo Life? Let's get those likes up, man. Get them likes up, you heard? We got something to talk about, man. What's up? What's up with Miss T versus Pat Porter, man? I know a bunch of y'all gonna wonder why I put that in there. You know what I mean? But I saw something and I heard something that was odd. Shout out to my guy Davion Jones, man. You know what I'm saying? He's slowly but surely becoming my head of social media. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mr. Jones, salute. Shout out to the abuelita, my abuelita. Miss Donna, how you be? Prayers up to Miss Donna. She got some stuff going on with her. I need everybody to send that positive energy toward her and her way and her family. You heard? Who else? Shout out to Miss T. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Harlem. Shout out to the D. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the South. Shout out to the West, wherever you from, man. Shout out to you if you're watching. I appreciate it. Andre B, what's good with you? Basil Champ, yeah. Mr. Lee, yeah. What up, though? Mr. Waller, what he say? My guy, I can't wait to support you, bro. This Friday, I got you, bro. Philando Waller was here. It's been a minute, but my eyes always for support of my dog, OG Ozone. Oh, no, I appreciate you, homie. I appreciate that energy. You feel me? I appreciate that energy. You know what I'm talking about? What's good, y'all? I always thought she was on the spectrum. Maybe they were dope babies. Just saying. It was odd hearing her talk about her mother's addiction with Vlad. And it was also I kind of cringed at the end of that little 8-minute clip because no, I have not seen the entire interview. I'm pretty sure my audience has. Shout out to my guy, Rasheem Rose. I know he's seen the whole thing. He said it was very uninformative. I'm taking his word for it, as I don't know. But he said it was very uninformative, and he said that Vlad probably did not get any new insight as to who Richard was or what the situation was like back then in the day, at least not through Pat Porter. But that's just what I heard. She was holding back on some story, didn't really tell Vlad anything new. Well, you know, that could be a ploy in order to extract more money from Vlad, Mr. Rose, because Vlad give out 1090s or something like that. He giving folks jobs, basically. You know what I mean? We all see Bootsy has a reoccurring role on his show, as well as a few other people that I know, you know, he give tax documents to at the end of the year. So for all we know, Pat Porter could be a reoccurring guest on his show. That shit like a job for some folk. I know Bootsy probably earned upwards in the amounts of $50,000 a year from Vlad, depending upon how much he gets for each individual segment that he shoots. You know what I mean? So that's also something to keep in mind. Lady T, you got fans, huh? Lady T, you got fans. Don't come over here trying to post Lady T, man. You know what I'm talking about? Every day. Lady T, one of my #1 snipers. You know what I'm talking about? I might ask you for this verse on the track. Oh man, you can get it, homie. You can get it, man. I got some stuff anyway. You can always get it. You already know that. Ryder Handler say, shit, that intro song still hard. It's still real too. Salute to y'all, man. I appreciate that. Some scars never hurt, man. I mean, some scars never heal. You know what I mean? Well, my nigga Kevin Gates say you can cover all your scars up in diamonds, but it's still gonna hurt. You know what I mean? I walk around acting like everything's sweet. Where you at? I ain't doing with all that talk, homie. But salute to you for being here, man. Corrupt, does that say corrupt? Salute to you for being around, yo. Oh, I see the God is feeling much better too. I'm back a little bit, you heard? Miss Hurricane Toya is back. What up, though? I love that song and the hook. Let us hear the whole song from beginning to end. I got a link for you if you need that. I like that comment, Mr. Corrupt. Great comment. Get well, Queen Donna. I got you in my prayers. For sure, for sure. So what's up, man? Listen, let me start here, man. It's never my intention to down talk anyone. especially not a black woman. Salute to that black woman for doing that. And that's going on Vlad. And like she said, I'd be remiss if I didn't say I kind of like the way she carried herself on Vlad, because Vlad interjected at the beginning of the interview that this was the truth. Thank you to Pat Porter for coming and telling the truth. And she said, I don't know if it'll be the truth, but it'll be my truth. I love that comment. That's indisputable. That makes whatever she says on his podcast basically indisputable, because we all know that we can both be standing together and see it crash, see the same car crash two different ways, standing right next to each other. So the fact that she separated that, like, nah, I'm not about to sit up here and make it seem like I'm gonna give you the gospel, but I'm gonna give you my gospel, and I respect that. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, she seems to have some type of physical ailment. It's like her neck on one side of her body is you know, her voice has always been Jadakiss raspy, smoky, even if you want to call it smoky. She's always had a smoky voice, but hearing her speak now and then seeing the physical ailment protruding from her neck makes me kind of sad, if that makes any sense. It makes me feel sorry for her in a way, you know what I mean? And you know, she doesn't need, I guess, people to feel sorry for her or whatnot. But you know, prayers up to her. Anybody that's dealing with physical ailments or that's dealing with disease of any type, it's hard, dog. You know, I know it's hard from experience, you know what I'm saying? So whatever she's going through, I don't want to speculate as to what that could be, because I don't claim man-made disease. I don't claim man-named ailments either. You feel me? Shout out to the godmother, my abuelita, Miss Donna. We ain't claiming none of that. You feel me? So I hope she gets right. Now I got to say this now. When somebody looks good, people be like, oh, they black ain't cracking. Oh, that's that brown sugar for you, baby. You know, well, that's that melanin. Pat Porter looks bad. I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not even laughing and joking with that. Pat Porter looks bad, man. Looks like she's been through a lot. Looks like she may be going through a lot even. And that's why I put in the comments, Pat Porter must have needed that 5K that Vlad came with, because, I mean, why else would she choose now? I mean, outside of the fact that Alpo has passed away, and I can't wait to see what she has to say in regards to that. Outside of the fact that he has passed away and everything, you know, she is no stranger to DVDs, as she has been on, you know, the Troy Reed joint. I believe she's on at least 2 DVDs. If I'm capping with the 2, then let it be known. But I know she's on, let's just say I know she's on at least 1 DVD where she's, you know, speaking about her brother and, you know, what was going on around that time and Poe and everything else. So she's no stranger. But the fact that she took 20 years off is interesting to me. You know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, out of the clear blue sky, a Vlad interview. I wonder what she really has to say and what narrative, even though, as I said before, I respect her saying it is her truth. I wonder what narrative in her truth that she's trying to push in this Vlad interview. You know what I'm saying? You still got to get my internet fixed. Lady T, that song is tough. I'm glad somebody said Lady T. Forever doing me, what up though? Whole life in the building. Honorable Gaming, LLC says nothing new, didn't learn nothing new. Mr. Marley, salute. I appreciate you, homeboy, as usual. You know what I'm saying? But Boosie is a goon, right? No. Boosie ain't no goon. And you know what? Boosie ain't the type of dude that I would have respected either when I was in the game, seriously, because he paid for his work. We don't respect you niggas with, the only thing we respect about niggas with money, this is coming from the goon. You feel me? This is coming from a retired goon, let's just say that. The only thing we respected about you niggas with money is that you niggas had money. You niggas had an avenue to pay us. We never respected the fact that your big cousin was the Birdman and would give you 10 of them and let you do your thing, and or give you 100 bowls, and now you the plug. We didn't respect, well, all we respected was the money. So in the end, unless there was some type of mutual respect or a relationship that was built outside of this money, your head is expendable as well. You know what I'm saying? Man, best friends, Maserati Rick, your head will come off too. You know what I'm saying? The only thing we respect about you is this paper. You paying more than anybody else right now. And the only thing you respect about us is the game we putting down. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with you because we with you. And that's a lot of the time, that's how it go. That's why in the end, you hear a lot of these niggas hit us talking bad about it, talking strange about it. And you be like, oh man, he put money in your pocket. What? Man, you know how many niggas I kept off his ass? You know how many people was trying to kill him? You know how many times I got shot protecting him? It's a lot that go with that. You know what I mean? She revealed new things about Preacher and Uncle Alpo. G-Mac, what up, though? I can't wait to see what it was. That made her whole shit, Vlad. She looks like she may be battling a drug addiction. Now, I'm glad you said that, this is Miss Tammy, because I was thinking in my mind and I wouldn't have said it out loud. I was thinking that, you know, she may be an old drug addict and not saying old crackhead, old dope fiend. I'm saying she, you know, she may have had a drug addict previously, a drug addiction previously. And, you know, that don't always turn out good for everybody. Some people can have an addiction and beat it, and 10 years later don't look like they had an addiction at all. Others might look like they still use it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she, one way or the next, she looked like she may be battling one or have battled the hell of an addiction problem. I don't know. Or as I said before, it could be some type of affliction. You know, I'm not sure. What up, my guy? Hope all is well with you and your fam. Salute, my guy. Salute to you, Mr. Shabazz. I appreciate you popping on rocking, man. Flash Lindsay in the building. DC always cracking, and they always watching too. Who subscribed to Vlad's channel? We should do a watch along. I'm not subscribed to his memberships. I'm trying to get my memberships popping over here, man. I gotta holler at Diva the Boss TV, Diva the Boss Let's Talk TV, man. Shout out to her, man. I gotta talk to her behind the scenes so I can get my memberships going. She know how to get all that cracking off. She can beat me to it. What up, though? East side till I die, man. You already know what it is. Thwat East. You heard? LOE. That's loyalty over envy, man. Because envy is the head of the snake. You know what I mean? That's what I always thought. Who you think going to take him out? Take who out? Who we talking about, Lady T? Who we talking about, Lady T? Cash App Gang is in the building. Shout out to the Cash App Gang too, man. You know what I'm saying? Made my Christmas shopping a whole lot lighter. Straight up. Shout out to the Cash App Gang, man. Y'all be doing y'all thing, man. This is the comeback kid, Weezy, 1985, man. Salute to you, man. One supporter is worth 1,000 subscribers, and you, sir, are a supporter. I appreciate you. You heard? Gang in the building, man. Shout out to everybody that buy me a coffee too, man. I ain't forgot about y'all, man. I'm gonna talk to y'all like Poe talk to me. Love. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that buy me a coffee. Love. You heard? Man, Money, what's good with you? Basil Champ said thyroid issues. Man, I couldn't tell. See, thyroid sound like something going on in the legs. Now, knowing you wouldn't have said that had it not been something that could protrude up toward the neck, jawline region. Just sound like some leg shit. That's an issue I've never dealt with or had to research, the thyroid, you know. But I don't want to speculate. Like I said, I don't claim no illnesses. I don't claim no man-made disease or man-named disease. You know what I'm talking about? I'm God in the flesh, man. The cream of the earth. Grand Champ, what up, though? I'm waiting on you, my baby. To the moon. Shout out to my guys at To the Moon, man. The BX Bronx, right? What's good, my brother? Got the moon coming this week. I've been busy, my brother. I already know, man. It's the holiday season and everything, man. One thing I like about my guy that's on the screen right here is the way he take care of his kids, man. I see him with his daughter all the time. His daughter gonna be playing the WNBA or the NBA, man. She got handles, dog. I'm talking about she can handle that rock, homeboy. And you know, shit, that come from that father-daughter time, that one-on-one teaching, and a little bit of that, you know what I'm saying, pal league, and this and that and the other. So salute to you, homeboy. Fatherhood, I understand, man. Life is life, and love is love, man. Salute. You know, I'm always around. Boosie did a lot of fuck shit, I agree. They go my blood. What up, though? How you be? Salute. He said, Queens in the building. My bad, man. You know, my mind don't work the same sometimes, but it's always active. You heard? So shout out to Queens, New York, all the way to California. What is it? San Diego, the Bay Area. Shout out to Queens. You heard? To the moon. Yeah. Yeah. Thyroid sounds like thyroid surrounds the neck. Absolutely, homie. So I ain't no doctor. My baby. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Salute. You ain't had to do what you did, but you did it. And that's gonna always resonate as the truth with me. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody say nothing bad about you, homie. Flat out. Not in my eye. I don't give a fuck what their relationship is with you. I don't give a fuck what you put them through. You ain't put me through it. So I ain't got nothing bad to say about you. Mr. Jones, there go my guy. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? My head of social media. He keep me active even when I'm not active, you feel me? Now let's talk about this Pat Porter versus Mrs. T, man. Y'all check this out real quick. Y'all know my mind different. Shout out to Miss T, man. Shout out to Info Minds, as this clip was brought to you by courtesy of Miss T's Instagram and Straight Talk with Miss T right here on YouTube, as well as in conjunction with Info Minds, man. Just take a listen to what she had to say right here, and we'll get back, and you'll see why I put Pat Porter versus Miss T in the head.
He was loved by a lot of people. Loved, liked, envied, whatever you want to call it, but he definitely had Harlem's attention. So, at the time, I was going with Lou Sims. Of course, his name rung bells. You know, he was known as a tough guy, which he was. And one day, I'm in the house, I get a phone call. So the caller says, yeah, bitch, we know Lou killed Rich. They gonna find your body in the river. So I'm like, what?
Now, we all know Miss T ain't going for nothing. Even back then, she ain't going for nothing. You heard? We know she had a relationship with Poe, Rich. A lot of the hustlers, players, pimps, killers, whatever you want to call them, organizations even, back in the day, as she was a queen pin and ran her own organization. You feel me? Well, she ran 2 or 3. She ran Wild Al's organization. She ran and turned that into her own, and then spent her own when she began to deal with Ace into his organization, and then took it over consequently after he got locked up and everything. And I said all that to say this, you know what I'm saying? Somebody had to put out that rumor that Miss T and Lou Sims had something to do with Richard's murder. Now the streets celebrate for Richard. You know what I'm saying? There are plenty of Harlem individuals as well as folks all the way outside of New York that go by the moniker the Ghost of Rich Porter or the Ghost of Rich, this and that and the other, blase split. Now, I said that to say this. When it goes so far as to become a death threat, as it did with Miss T, yeah, we know Lou did this. They're going to find your body in the river behind Richard Porter. It's a murder. I wonder if Miss T went straight to the horse's mouth because she was fully capable of going directly to Pat Porter or the Porter family even in conjunction and saying, hey, what the fuck is y'all thinking? Outside of, because if you know the clip completely, when she continues to tell the story, she says she told Lou to handle it. Lou Sims, that is. And we all know what type of individual he was and the way he would handle business. And the fact that she's still standing and doing her thing out here today. Shout out to the Trap Queen. If you ain't seen it, check out the BET series Trap Queens. Miss T is on season 3, if I'm not misspeaking. Episode 7, maybe. She up in there. Look for the Queen of Harlem, and you already know what it is. But yeah, I wonder if there was some type of internal flim-flam, some type of beef between Miss T and the family over that issue. Because, like I said, once it gets to death threats and people calling people's houses and saying, yeah, we know this, we know that, we're going to hurt you, we're going to do something, and this and that and the other, then evidently someone must feel like there's an air of truth to what's being said, no? So I wonder if in passing, Miss T and Pat Porter, or anyone for that matter from the Porter family that was recognizable to her, ever had words over whether or not she had something to do with, or Lou Sims even had anything to do with Richard's murder. I mean, we all know what happened, but and evidently at the time they did not. And then let's just say too, let's take that a step further. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, I wonder how the Porter family feels about Miss T's support for Alpo. You know, I may have to see if I can get Miss T back for a segment because, and why hasn't Miss T been on Vlad? She's worthy. I've watched a few of the females that he's had on his platform and their stories and how they intertwine into street life and the things that we like to cover here on Off the Bay TV, and consequently my audience watches. So, you know, I've only seen maybe one woman on Vlad whose story may be bigger than hers, and only because she was connected to what I believe to be a bigger organization or whatnot. You know, not that she was a bigger hustler or that she'd done more than Miss T. It's just that her story was bigger because of who she's connected to. So I believe she deserves a spot on Vlad TV as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave you with that, and I'm gonna do this because I got to, because it wouldn't be right, man. One time for one time for Maurice, and one time for Savage Angel. That's why you see that family tree at the bottom of your screen. You know what I'm talking about? Get with us.
Yo, the time is now, man. The Morgan Maurice collection is the brand of the future, man. Handcrafted one by one in Italy. You heard me? We got the commencement, them joints 194. We got the D-Boy 1 in white, that's 237. We got the D-Boy 2 in black, that's 217. Get yours, man. Go ahead and shop now, man. The finest Italian leather, the finest Italian suede, And cotton you can get made right in Shoe Valley. I came front, man. These right here, I done had these on my feet all year. These my favorite. That black on black crocodile print. Man, Maurice is the future. It is the brand of right now. Get with us, man, or get left out. Peace.
Peace. Hey, let me say this too, not for nothing, because I see I got a large audience in here, man, which means to me maybe a lot more folks may be watching. Listen, man, for anybody that's dealing with addiction, for anybody that's dealing with mental disease, for anybody that's dealing with depression, for anybody that's dealing with suicidal thoughts, man, love tomorrow. You heard? Love tomorrow. If you don't love today, because you might be going through it today, your thoughts might be racing. You might not know your up from down and shit. Sometimes we go through that. We're human. But love tomorrow. Tomorrow, a new day, you get a chance to start over. You get a chance to think different. You get a chance to do different. Be different even. You know what I'm saying? Shit, become a grifter. Jump outside of your body, Lord. If you don't want to be David today, don't wake up John. Everybody go to Westland then. Nigga, get out of the east side of Detroit and drive to Westland and introduce yourself as John. Nigga, become a whole different individual somewhere else. You feel me or whatnot if you got to, but just love tomorrow, man. And if you feel like you really need help, find it. You heard? Find it. If you can't talk to your best friend, if you can't talk to your mother, if you can't talk to your counselor, then find a stranger. Man, go somewhere. Hold the conversation. Get some advice from somebody that don't care nothing about you, but will just talk to you about shit. You heard? Man, I lost a lot of people over this year, homie. A lot of people, man. You feel me? And then looking back, I lost a lot of people last year, right around this time of year. You feel me? Leading up to Christmas, from before Poe died in October 2021. Let's just say around June, July. Around July, people started to fall in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I've been reliving some of them falls this year. Some of them folks I can't call no more. Everybody that passed away numbers still in my phone. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that passed away numbers still in my phone. Like they might call me tomorrow. Alpo number's still in my phone. I played in the lottery. He told me to get my money, little duffel bag boy. I know I'm gonna hit the lottery big off the 3 first numbers of it or the 4 last numbers of it. So I play the 3 digit and the 4 digit. He ain't the only one. You feel me? Shout out to my guy MJ 2 Cups. His number's still in my phone. I play his shit in the lottery too. Small rant. I just had to let you know if you didn't. You feel me? Facts. Facts, homie. Shout out to Planet Plainfield. Big Hand, what up, though, homie? Say up for Debate TV. Y'all my family. Y'all matter like Urkel now. Salute. You know you fam, huh? You heard? G-Max said that was mentioned in the interview. She hated Alpo. Got so much love when he came back to the Harlem. Dudes made promises to kill Alpo, but when the opportunity came, they made excuses. I mean, we talking 30 years later, though. We talking 30 years later, dog. There are some men, and I'm gonna say this plain outside of gang language. I ain't gonna call them ops and all that other shit. There are men that were and remain my enemies. 1 or 2 of which have taken friends away from me. Am I actively seeking revenge? Yes and no. You see where I'm coming from, G-Mac? It really hurt me when they killed Stan. Nobody knew who to shoot. We didn't even have a plan. He sold me my first gun. He held my first son. If I was with him shooting it out, we would have won. You know what I'm saying? Nah. We all know the end of that verse. I sent a couple cowards to you, blood. Take their afterlife. Who knows if them cowards was the right ones? So on that tip, am I actively seeking revenge? Yes and no, because I'm not riding around with my strap every day with a picture of Stan. Like, I'm gonna kill this nigga if I ain't killed him yet, or I'm gonna do this if I ain't did it yet. Man, I got a family, a life, a wife. You feel me? I got kids I'm trying to raise up to be better men and women than I could have ever been. You know what I'm saying? Better, to be a better people than the person that I've been. How about that? So, am I gonna risk it all like that? I might, depending upon the circumstance, but I ain't actively looking to do it. And a lot of them men, I don't know if she lost respect for them, if she feel like they hoes or cowards or whatever the case may be, because one or two of them, I'm quite sure, would have took their shot at Poe 30 years ago. You feel me? After they found out it happened, let's just say 5 to 10 years even after Richard being gone, if Poe was on the streets, I'm sure there were men that probably would have tried their luck. Even if it wasn't because of the love for Rich like that, just because they don't like him, what he did, I don't dig snitches. They wanted to be legends themselves and say they a giant killer. You know how it is. But, like I said, 30 years later, Boogaloo don't even want to meet. Shout out to Boogaloo. Poe said Boogaloo talked all that shit. When I reach out to him to meet me somewhere so we can get some understanding, he don't want to do that. Well, why you keep talking about me, dog? I don't fit into that category, yo. Any nigga I talk about, I stand in front of him. These niggas don't be wanting to stand in front of me. I feel like Poe. Don't mention my name if you ain't willing to stand up to me. They now walk with the great ones, the ancestors. Absolutely, man. But you know, they think Poe Elvis. It's already been 30 Alpo sightings. Rock Nation 2K TV, what up, though, homie? How you be? Salute, blood. Gang in the building. Pulling 2 cups I'm talking about are with the ancestors. Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to do a recap. We all gotta eat, man. That was cursed, man. That was my first feature film series. That was my first effort at writing a script, and it was a wonderful script. It still is a wonderful script. I'm selling it though. I feel like it's cursed. We're gonna talk about it, man. Rest up, 2 Cup. I love you, boy. You know what I wonder though? And this is a serious question. I wonder if, you know what I'm saying, in the afterlife, enemies become friends. You know? I wonder if Richard, because we talking paid in full here, and Poe, Rich, Pat Porter. I wonder if Rich and Poe is chilling outside the rooftop on some, you know, reoccurring memory shit. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if them niggas is goddamn talking about life together. Like, man, I wish I could have did it different. I wish I hadn't saw it like this. I wonder if Rich saying to Poe, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that, homie. I was trying to do this. I wish I had to talk to you, because that's all it took. Poe asked that man a couple times and shit. You know what I'm saying? What's going on with this? What's going on with that? And he kept lying to Poe. Man, business is business. It's business. This ain't friendship. You showing me that our friendship outside of this business is meaningless when inside of the business you doing bullshit. You feel me? So that's why I always maintain that if we was friends, you wouldn't have played me. Lady T said, what up? What about Uncle Alpo? Man, he should have died a violent death. If anyone the family should have been mad at, more so even than Alpo, it was Apple. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And then too, shout out to Alpo. You feel me? Because you ain't never hear Alpo whining and bitching and moaning about the fact that Nut, I believe his name Nut, because Pat Pitcher standing in a photograph, Pat Porter is standing in a photograph with Dog. You don't hear Alpo bitching about the fact that the nigga Nut put the FBI onto them in the first place. He the original rat. For all we know, he the reason they was looking at AZ. He the reason they knew who AZ was. Richard, Poe, shit, probably Kevin Childs. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But that's the real rat. He the real one that opened up the federal cases into all this. You feel me? Even protecting Richard and saying Poe was his plug wasn't protecting Richard, because a lot of New York individuals, as well as other people that follow the script, love to say how Richard was Poe's plug. Richard was his plug. What you mean? How could he plan when he was the plug? He was getting it from Fritz and Blase Split Whoop-de-Whoop, right? Leave Pat, only her brothers died, and y'all doing shit for views. Man, shut the fuck up. Shut your dick sucking ass up. She just did an interview for views. Bitch. I'm gonna talk to you with no respect, because you was a bitch nigga. Ain't nobody over here disrespecting her. I made sure to choose my words very carefully and closely in regards to her. The only thing, I ain't said shit disrespectful. So shut the fuck up, you dumb bitch nigga, and see your way out of here. You heard? You're 100% right. That's the one would do in the 20s and 30s is different when you are in your 50s. One's whole thought process has changed. Absolutely. She said, me either. I think so, bro. Because worldly shit makes enemies. They are no longer of the world. So the slate is clean now. That's interesting. That's interesting. Because, you know, when you watch these shows, these paranormal shows, let's say that, you know, when you watch these paranormal shows and they talk about, like, I'm big on the Dead Files and Amy Andrews. She says she sees dead people and she talks to dead people. You feel me? She's a psychic medium. I don't believe all of them are capping. I don't believe she's capping. So these people, these entities, these spirits, this energy still holds a lot of hatred toward individuals. Like, I've even seen, I'll say, episodes or seen stuff where she's speaking to someone's loved one that hates them or that hated them in real life, and that still holds this hatred toward them in the afterlife, and maybe even afflicting them in some type of way, be it sucking their energy, be it trying to kill them from beyond the grave. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, that type of shit happens when you watch these paranormal shows, if you into that type of stuff. So I don't know if the slate is clean, bro. That's an interesting thought. That's why I said that, you know. If you go to the grave hating somebody, I can't imagine you waking up a spirit in the spirit realm loving them. You feel me? She need to be mad at everybody. I wouldn't be mad at her for being mad at everybody. She said, keep him up there. She never speaks about who set up her brothers. Now, did you watch the whole interview, Lady T? Because I believe it's G Mac. I believe he saw it. Shout out to G Mac. He said she spoke about who is it, Preacher and Apple. And then the entire interview, if you watch the entire thing. Miss Tammy said, thank you. Oh, at least Alpo made sure Rich didn't suffer. Alpo didn't give a damn about Donnell. Shit, Rich suffered. Rich suffered. And you know what I'm saying? Not for nothing, Poe probably was trying to get it over with quick, as they did hit him in the head, but he had to suffer if he was still alive when Poe was about to dump him. And Poe said he heard him gasp for air or breathe or some shit like that. He suffered sitting there with them bullets or that bullet in his brain, not being able to move correctly. Ooh, that's just nasty. I done been shot in my head. So I know that shit is nasty. I couldn't imagine. That's almost like being on the operating table under anesthesia and still being awake. Pretty according to Chandra, salute. Man, that's the only scary thing about going under the knife. I've been under the knife a couple of times. They tell you to count down from 10. You count backwards from 10. By the time you get to 8, if you get to 8, you sleep. If you got the right anesthesiologist working with you. But that shit's scary, bro. You know what I'm saying? Imagine laying there supposed to be asleep and you can see everything going on. You can hear, but you can't move, you can't feel. You hear the motherfucking bone saw getting ready to crack your rib cage so they can take some bullets out of you. You see the doctors snipping your shit. Woo! That's what Rich had to be going through, listening to them niggas talk about where they was gonna dump his body, what they was gonna do next after they hit him in the head, after the nigga hit him in the head from behind and everything else. That's nasty work, man. See, a lot of people don't understand that they ain't got them demons on them, and I'm glad they don't. Don't let nobody pump you up to be no killer. Ain't no glory in murder, and there ain't no honor in jail. All you gonna do is cost yourself some sleepless nights when you yank that trigger back. Flat out. Flat out. Cost yourself some sleepless nights or get yourself involved in some shit you ain't ready to. Because a lot of niggas yank a trigger or two and hit something by mistake, and all of a sudden, they Sammy the Bull, minus the rap. They the best hitman in America. You know what I'm saying? Then run up into something that get their head toe clean off their shoulders, and all of a sudden, they was a 3.0 student. And I don't understand how little Johnny got himself in the game. Oh, man. You feel me? That's why I'm glad she started to speaking about Pat Porter, that is. Started to speaking about him hustling at the age of 12 and 13. A lot of us jumped off the porch 10, 11, 12, 13. You know what I'm saying? Say, well, didn't think of that, and I agree, the slate may not be clean. Planet playing field, once they cross over all, the karmic debt is usually paid. Shit. That's why I know I'm going to hell. You feel me? Man, when I was in the 8th grade, in the 9th grade, a pastor told me it's a demon inside me. If it busts out, it's gonna kill you. If you let it burst out, it's gonna kill you, and this and that and the other. I'm pretty sure it done burst out since then. I ain't dead yet, but who's to say it ain't killing me slowly? You know? And I said that to say this shit, there's some niggas I'm gonna kill in the afterlife. I better not run into a nigga with wings in heaven, or I'm gonna try to rip them bitches off him. Bitch, you ain't my friend. Flat out. And I better not see none of my homeboys hanging with these bitch niggas or with a nigga that killed them. Just imagine that. You know what I'm saying? Look, Planet Playing Field, you laughing at the shit. Imagine that. Imagine getting to the pearly gates and they let you through and you run into your homeboy, your closest homeboy you lost to the streets. And he with the nigga that killed you. I don't know how I'm gonna take that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck y'all doing today? You know what I mean? I killed this nigga. What if you killed the nigga that he with too? Like, man, I killed this nigga for, man, I'm not about to have, fuck that nigga, man. Come on, let's chill. And he, nah, we've been up here for 10 years together, man. This is my homeboy. That'll make me mad, dog. My homeboy got shot in the head, close range, and he was able to walk away. Salute to him. Where my shit at? Right here. I got shot in the head right there. You heard? Still pretty. Still mean as ever. That's why when people tell me, leave AZ alone. AZ got shot in the head. Nigga, I got shot in the head too. I can still think that nigga's not crazy. He understands completely what's going on and what he's saying and everything else. My father was murdered by someone he trusted, and for years I despised him. However, I learned to walk in forgiveness. My siblings never will, but I had to for my sanity. I salute you, pretty according, Shaefer. I salute you because I could not. I've evolved in a lot of different ways, the man I am to this day. You know, the God in me has taken me to a bunch of different heights, but that is one that I could not get to. My father passed away in the hospital, but I feel like the people that were in his life, mainly two people specifically, one of which had the rights to my father's what is that? One of them had the rights to my father's will, and the other was the beneficiary to his life insurance. I feel like they killed him slowly but surely, let him deteriorate to the point where it was only a matter of time before he passed away. And when they got him to that point, they froze the family out. I said that to say this. I struggled with vengeance in this situation. And if it were not for my mother, I would be no better than Brian Glaze Gibbs. Let's just say that. And I don't say that in a mean way. Brian Glaze Gibbs, though, killed a woman. You know, I don't turn my gun on women. I don't do violence to women. Never have. You feel me? But I would have, and I was going to, if not for my mother, like I say. But I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you, if I came across these individuals that I spared. There will be no forgiveness. There will be no walking away. Somebody's going to have to answer to me in that moment. I don't care if it's at a CVS. I don't care if it's at a drive-in movie. If I run into these people, somebody's going to answer for that in that moment. Now, I don't know what that might entail. And that's just me being as honest as I can about the situation. But salute to you for forgiveness, for the forgiveness you gave for those that done wrong to you and yours, you know. Lady T, Pat still had a relationship with Alpo after he was arrested for Donnell's kidnapping and murder. She was in denial until Alpo told her face to face he was involved with the murder. Wow. Wow. Now, dealing directly with this comment, shout out to you again, G-Mac, for being so well informed about what we're speaking about. will Pat Porter and those that hated Alpo, will they dance in the streets the day that, let's say, Apple is murdered, or that Apple dies of natural causes, or that Preacher is murdered in prison, or he dies of natural causes, or Malik? They said the boy Malik was involved heavily with Apple in the murder and dismemberment, I guess, the finger or whatnot, of the child. Rest in peace to Donnell Porter again. But they said they danced in the streets, they rejoiced. They said, finally, when Alpo passed away. Do you think they'll do that when Apple dies? Or do you think they'll go to the funeral and, my uncle this, my uncle that? Oh, but wait, bro, you're talking about one person in the realm and one person in the world. That may be revenge, but two people in the realm are different. Well, I haven't been to the realm, so I can't tell you, That's right, Planet Plainfield, the realms are different. I learned that in my path of spirituality. Well, I don't know. I'm just have to play the devil's advocate with y'all, flat out, because I can call forth disastrous spirits. Let's just say that. I can call forth deadly energy from the ancestors, from another realm, from these realms we speak of. So if the slates are clean and all is well, how then, or why then, can I call forth a spirit of wrath, a spirit of vengeance, a spirit of death? You know what I'm saying? Like shout out to my abuelita. She a child of Chango. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that practice Santa Muerte. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. I was 9 months old when he killed him 4 days before Christmas. That's sad. 9 months old. So you barely got a chance to know your father as an individual or whatnot. I'm sorry to hear that again. I still be trying to murder my father's killer. You know what I'm saying? And might make me seem some type of way. Like I said, though, my daddy was a sucker for love, and he did not want to die alone. My daddy was also a pimp. The house he lived in, he had slept with 3 of the women that was wound up being charged with taking care of him in his older life, in his older age. And the youngest one was the last one he had slept with and been with. So, he put her in charge of this and that and the other. And one of the other ones was in charge of something else. That's just the way his life path took him. And I feel like these women were complicit in the deterioration of his health, his spirit even. I feel like they broke his spirit. You know what I'm saying? And once you break a man's spirit, anything is possible. You know what I mean? He could become susceptible to disease very easily. He could become suicidal. You feel me? He could become delirious even. So yeah. No, I ain't gonna never forgive them hoes. You feel me? Them bitches and hoes. Them the only women. Them some bitches and hoes. Fuck them. I ain't gonna never forgive them. My dad said something to me on his deathbed that stuck with me. And then the way that they, like I said, they froze the family out because they were in control of his assets. They didn't want his real family, his sons even. I understand their gripe with my mother because all of them had different situations with my mother because my father was doing what he was doing while he was married. So she had different beefs with those women. But for them not to want to give us any of his assets, I mean, we didn't want the money. Nobody came asking for the money. My father wanted to be buried a certain way, a certain place. There were certain things that they were trying to deviate from simply to fuck with us, I felt like. You know what I'm saying? To be petty with the real family, you know? So, nah, fuck them hoes. Don't listen to that pastor. You're good, bro. We going with the ancestors, believe me. They know we had it rough here, absolutely. I struggled too. I hated that man. Best friends, what's good with you, homie? How you be? LOE, you already know. LOE. You already know what it is, homie. Loyalty over envy, man. East side for life, man. Everybody can't walk what we walk. Are you related to Poe or something? Do I have to be? Do I need to be, brother? Bo. 804 Bo. Do I need to be? I don't understand, homie. Are you here? You in attendance? You here watching me talk my shit in regards to Poe and Pat Porter and you know everything else. So are you related to Poe or something? Because you're interested. I bet you he still kick it with the family too. I want to know how close that resonates to Pat Porter though. Like, does he kick it with her kids? I'd even like to know if Apple kicks it with AZ. If I was Apple, I would sue AZ ass for putting me in the movie, depicting me the way you did in that movie, and or whoever. I would sue whoever got the rights to pay them for it, flat out. Y'all contacted Poe in jail, got his permission, got signed off on, and man, ain't nobody contact me and say nothing. You heard? If I was Apple, I'd sue him. Give me a mint and move to Iowa some fucking where. And wear a bucket hat all the time and just sit on the lake fishing. I wouldn't even go to the store. I'd fish, become a pescatarian, just fish for my shit. And you know what I mean? Bro, I would love for us to do a late night show about different spiritual things we've been through, maybe seeing spirits or questions we may have or questions we have. Think about that. That would be dope. Think that show would be dope. I do too, homie. Sounds like a good idea, man. Maybe it's something we can get with in the future. You heard? I'm not against it. Forever doing me, what's good? Who is Malik? Malik's supposed to have been a crazy dude. Man, Malik's supposed to have been crazy. Gibbs crazy. Blood all over his face, licking blood, smearing blood and shit. When I think about Malik, I think about Dog from Shotters. You know what I'm saying? You know, who is it? Wayne from Shotters? Certain individuals like Boom. When I think about Nate Boone Craft, I think about Dog from Shotters. That's the type of dude Boone is. Boone will cut your ear off and lick it. Cut your shit clean off your face and bite it in front of you. Boone was an animal, man. Some of these niggas killing is straight out a hobby. Like, killing is a hobby. It ain't nothing. They don't feel nothing. You ain't no killer. If you going home and your stomach hurt, every time you hear a siren, you jumping, and this and that, nah, that ain't no killer, nigga. A killer get up close and personal, nigga, blow your brains out, watch you splat on the pavement, and then go to Coney Island and order a 6-piece wing thing and some chili fries and sit down and eat. Like it ain't nothing. Go home and play with their kids, man. Unload their weapon, take a bath, sit down and put a puzzle together with their daughter. You heard? O said flat out. Word up, homie. Word up. True, it is some spirits that can wreak havoc, man. I'm telling you, them Haitians and that voodoo and stuff that they practice, they practitioners, man, I can get you killed. I can get you silenced. You know what I'm saying? I can be the case. It's a bunch of things I can do if I'm willing to deal with whatever spirit has for me for asking others. You feel me? If I'm willing to endure whatever affliction spirit sees fit to give me for what I'm asking of it, then I can do it. That's why I tell some of these niggas, I ain't worried about you, homeboy. You one phone call away from a casket. And I ain't talking about no hitman. I ain't talking about, man, I'm talking about something you can't even see coming. You feel me? There go to God himself right there. Welcome to Detroit and the whole east side. And shout out to all the beautiful queens and solidified kings in the chat. Bulletproof love from Brownsville and Jamaica, Queens, NYC every day. What's good, Five? We kicking on that Pat Porter tip, man. I'm going to be out of here in about 15, 20. I appreciate the squad, the audience, you know what I'm saying? Everybody. I'm going to get to the end of the interview, man. It was cringeworthy for me to hear Vlad speak about the Black family and the lack thereof of a male role model inside the home. Now, I don't know why it was, as I do not see Vlad as a Nazi, a straight up racist, or anything like that. It was just cringeworthy for me as an African American male, as a Black man, whatever you want to call him, as a person of color, to hear him detail the lack of fathers in our communities and in our homes when they were speaking about the fact that I believe Pat Porter was saying that her father used to come over and try to discipline Richard in the way of, you know, you got to do this and not that, and the streets are this and that, and don't do this. And they basically came to the conclusion that it went in one ear and out the other, because, you know, as soon as he's done preaching or teaching, he's leaving. And Richard becomes the man of the house again. So, you know, he's basically left to do what he will and make his own decisions or whatnot. Now, the fact that it's true made it hurt even more, because a lot of us as bloggers, podcasters, journalists, niggas in front of the camera, whatever you want to call it, we have fun. We enjoy being crabs in the barrel. There are very few of us that stand with a solid message. I look to myself to be one of those few, but there are very few of us that stand with a solid message through and through and have stuck to that pledge, that message through and through. And by that, I mean, we'll sit here and we'll tear each other down all day. There are 3 or 4 bloggers, journalists, niggas in front of the camera, whatever you want to call it, right now, that I can't wait to tear down. And I'm going to tear them down, as I am an agent of chaos and a spirit of wrath. And everybody knows, you watch your fucking mouth, no dissing me. Born Divine Almighty Allah, that's one of them. BTBTV, Mac Mean, Night Rider 707. There are a few of them that I want to tear down, but how many of them sit up and speak about these issues the way Vlad did with Pat? I'll wait. Somebody put it in the comments. When have you heard Brother Steve is the only blogger that I've seen speak about the lack of male guidance in the African American home, stemming from the crack era and extending through right now? I've heard him speak about that on the Hair Font podcast maybe 2 or 3 times. Outside of him, I haven't heard anyone have that conversation. And it made me cringe that Vlad would sit there and detail it in such succession when We know he had a father. We know he didn't come from a broken home. That's one thing I liked about the boy Bonds. Everybody was saying how the boy Bonds, what was his name? Roger Bonds was tapping, the Harlem dude that used to be down with Puff and everything. But he said he spoke about the black man in the house and the role of or lack thereof coming up, and how a lot of individuals turn to the streets and the concrete as a father. You feel me? You know what I mean? So that's one thing I respected about his interview outside of everything else. Pretty cool. And Sandra says, I have 3 siblings that will do him in on site, and my mom and dad lived in Detroit in the early 70s. My brother was born there. Salute. 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 I'm trying, you know what? I love Detroit with all my heart. But within the next few years, I got some plans that I ain't gonna speak about. And you know what? If I could, I'd move my kids right out of here. My kids, my wife, my mother. I plan to be able to do that by the time I turn 45. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Did your dad make them power of attorney? Yes. Like, you know what I'm saying? My father was born in Texas. My father wanted to be buried with his family in Texas, you know, where his mother and father and brothers and sisters are. They didn't want to do that. They was trying to keep, and this is the thing, my daddy got a big policy. Man, they tried to spend as little money as they could. I'm talking about from the clothes he wore inside of the casket to the cheapest casket they could buy, to burying him for $300 in a $300 plot next to their sister. They had a sister that died. Like I said, my daddy was a pimp too. He slept with all 3 of these women in his home now. I'm telling y'all that. There was another sister, he slept with her too. So that made 4 sisters he done ran through within about 30 years, dealing with this family off and on, because they love him and they developed a relationship through the first woman that passed. Now, they felt like she should have been his wife, even though he fucked all their sisters and whatnot. They felt like that should have been his wife and not my mother. So despite my mother, they gonna bury him next to this broad. Nah, we wasn't buying that. I will say this though, if they'd kept playing those games, everything wound up going according to the way my father wanted it to go, which was all I cared about in the end, not none of the other games that was played because of who people was and how they felt about each other. Had that not have happened, I was gonna throw them a house party. I was fully prepared. They just don't know how close they was. I was sitting on their house plenty of nights. I'd have sat on their house and cried. Flat out. Man shit. Because motherfuckers is in and out this house and I could have been dead. On some R. Kelly shit. My mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yeah. Man, shit. I don't want to hurt nobody. Y'all don't understand, man. Motherfucker don't understand what a real nigga go through sometime, man. I done sat on that motherfucking house and cried, yo. Cried. They putting my mama through all this shit, blocking her, hanging up on her, playing on her shit at the same, blocking her, hanging up on her when she called her, trying to do business on behalf of my father in his afterlife, but then playing on her phone, on her Facebook, this and that and the other, making little idle threats here and there, but she above the fray, and she gonna stay that way. You know what I'm saying? So she don't want nothing to happen to nobody. We're gonna do this the honorable way. Or I'm one of them. You don't play with nothing I love, man. You don't play with nothing I love. Let's see. Let me get to the end of these comments. I'm gonna try to speed through these. The God said, R.I.P. Alpo Martinez, MJ Two Cups, DJ K Slay, Tupac, and Stan. Legends never die. They are immortalized. And salute to all who lost loved ones to gun violence and natural causes as well. Moment of silence, you heard. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes. Malik is preacher's second in command. Absolutely. That's who he is. Malik was a man. He was sick. If you listen to Preacher's son speak about Malik, he say they flipped the car over on the one way, and he had to make sure the people inside of it was finished. So he gets up inside of the car and blow everybody in the car away. Get out the car with blood all over him and shit. I've done things, and I consider myself a pretty heavy individual. You know what I'm saying? But some of the stories and accolades that these men, you know, I wouldn't have thought twice about facing them, especially with my manpower. I got mine, you got yours. Team or no, or guns or no. I ain't gonna think twice about facing them. You feel me? But you think about the shit that they did, and you might feel like you're gonna have to face them different. Who a hater, my dog? What's good? What's good, Blooder? That got my buzzing right there. TC the Psychic, man. Salute, family. I see you hit me earlier, man. I'm gonna have to get back with you. I'm gonna text you after this broadcast, man. You were saying, am I ready or whatnot? You ready, bro? What we talking about, man? You ain't gotta put it in the comments or whatnot. I'm gonna text you when we done. If you haven't, get over to my motherfucking cousin, my buzzing channel, man, and subscribe, like, share. You feel me? He got stories about Poe. Pet cut off Apple for good in 1997. Apple was free, might be in witness protection. Why would he need witness protection though? Did he turn on Apple? I mean, did he turn on Preacher in there? Salute to John Cuff, man. You know what I'm saying? I think his name is John Cuff. I want to talk to Doggy. You know what I mean? Salute to John Cuff. He was with the Preacher crew. Mad Max, what we talking about? Burrow None Best Friends, what we talking about? I always thought Malik was a Harlem version of O Dog. Here's the thing, yo. She spoke about Richard selling weed and then graduating. Why she didn't speak about Richard selling that fake weed? And rest up to Junior Broom too, man. You feel me? Rest in peace to Junior Broom, man. I wonder if she spoke about any of the violence and violent acts that surrounded Richard as a hustler during that interview. Somebody, G-Mac, I got you on the screen. You watched that interview. Did Junior Broom come up? Did DB come up? Did LA come up? Did any of the, like I said, violent acts surrounding Richard himself as an entity outside of Pope come up? Or were they just bigging up the fact that he was a Harlem legend that Pope killed? You know what I'm saying? Or that he was a legendary hustler? You feel me? Did they talk about him selling fake hash? You feel me? That what they say, he used oregano, some egg, oregano, and some other spices, and he'd cook it up in the oven and break it up in the hash or whatnot and sell it to white children. They said Malik was the cat that had Bobby Brown naked. Wink, wink, pause. Oh yeah, they was all cut from that LBGTQ community cloth. Alpo gonna die, coming to Harlem, announcing himself. Fuck him. He did that? He did that? Wow. Captain Crunch, let me get back to that comment. He said, they said Malik was the cat that had Bobby Brown naked. Wink, wink, pause. Now, I said this before. Money don't make me. You know? Like, if I work with, because I don't ever feel like I worked for any of these niggas that had money. If I worked with an individual and I found him to be a rapist, it's done. And you know what? I might even take his head off his shoulders for future reference. You know what I'm saying? I don't deal, I don't get down, and just because you my homeboy, just because we gang, fuck that. I said that to say this. He said he kept that had Bobby Brown nigga. Wink, wink, pause. Preacher was raping niggas. They found Preacher's semen in dudes' rectums across Harlem because he'll fuck them, dismember them, and put them in bags and spread them out and shit. So they found. Anyway, I said what I said. I said that to say this. Them niggas had to be participating. Wink, wink, pause. Just like Captain Crunch said. How do you take a nigga to the basement, lead him to his death, but then watch your boss penetrate him? Sit down there, strap him to the pool table so your boss can penetrate him. And this is a form of torture. Man, all you niggas was torturing folks. Then if you down with it, if you gonna sit there and watch it or whatnot, I don't care what the circumstances is, dog. It's just some things you don't do. I had trouble watching. If anybody watched movies like that, In Too Deep, when LL Cool J played God. When he played God and he broomsticked his homeboy, that was terrible. Terrible. You feel me? Niggas down there just, that shit cringe-worthy. I mean, boy, I'm just saying, doggy. Mad Max, read my comment about doing the late night spirit show. I did read it, nigga. I did, my nigga. Bulletproof love to the whole chat, the mods, the Purple Heart gang, Cash App gang, the Umbrella gang, and those in attendance, and the Ghost Watchers. Hit that like button, real, recognize real. I sure hope so, man. I sure hope so, homie. That'll make the world a better place. So many niggas wouldn't be getting killed if real recognize real. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting down to the bottom. Bam. Bombshell. Preacher and Apple showed up to Rich and Donnell's funeral. At Donnell's funeral, she accused the Preacher crew of killing Donnell at the funeral. I always said Pat Porter was the most reputable out of all of them. Once she saw that Richard wasn't moving the way she felt was correctly in order to get her little brother back, she went to whatever means possible in order to do it herself. Even going so far as to dress up like Richard and go to the phone booth to collect the instructions in order to get him back and get them their money or whatnot when they were trying to get him back alive. You feel me? She had more balls than all of them. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't surprise me that G-Mac would say that at the funeral, first of all, these niggas got balls. Apple and Preacher showed up to Rich and Donnell's funeral. These niggas got balls. At Donnell's funeral, she accused the Preacher crew of killing Donnell. she got balls too. And that let you know she didn't care what happened to her. At that point, you feel me? Beyond emotion, niggas is bitches in some aspects of shit. I couldn't imagine a nigga doing that because half the niggas would have been scared that preacher and them gonna come after them. That, oh, these niggas just gonna wait till after the funeral and kidnap me down the street and fuck me in the ass and dismember me and put me in an apartment building. So niggas wouldn't have did that. You feel me? Because they didn't. She the only one that did. You know what I'm talking about? All the motherfucking weak ass street niggas that's supposed to love Rich and supposed to be his friend and homeboy. I bet you ain't none of them go holler at preacher about shit. They ain't even click up. Like in the old days when niggas was Vikings and shit, click up with some lights and shit, light some torches and go looking for preacher in the middle of the night. They ain't do none of that shit. Pat's mother accused the preacher crew of killing Donnell at Donnell's funeral. How that work? Let me say that, G-Mac. That's crazy too. Now that you said that, because the preacher crew, your brother is a part of the preacher crew. I wonder how she felt about her brother. Was that discussed in the interview on Vlad TV? I wonder how she felt about her brother as well. If she accused the preacher crew of killing him at the funeral, then your brother is a part of the preacher crew. How, did you accuse your brother? Well, I guess so, by proxy, if she's accusing the preacher crew, right? She does got balls of steel, yo. I hate to say, it's similar to WP showing up to the crime scene after knocking the head off. What do you mean? What crime scene did WP show up to? I might be out of the loop with that one, or I might need you to jog my memory. What crime scene did he show up to after he knocked somebody's head off? But Poe did the same thing. If he signed the book, Poe got balls of steel. He on the run from the law. The neighborhood basically thinking you did something to Richard. You know what I'm saying? You done did this to Richard or Vlad, whatever the fuck ever. AZ swear up and down he was gonna kill him the same night, so he know and probably told, no pun intended, a bunch of people. Like he said, he told Pat, yo, check under his fingerprints, check under his nails and shit, see if he was fighting for his life, the DNA, trying to put a line on Poe and get Poe locked up for it. You feel me? He did bring AZ up because at the beginning of the 8-minute clip, he was saying that she had a baby by his running partner, AZ. I wonder how she talks about AZ too. That's what I did on your mother. I do that on your mother, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to her, man. She got that good, wet all the time. She hot and ready. Little Caesars, you know what I'm talking about? And I just slide right in. You know what I'm saying? I just slide right in, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Right after you leave for night school with your dumb ass that done failed the 12th grade 8 times and shit, man. Goddamn, dog. I mean, goddamn, dog. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Get out of night school already, homeboy. Shit, that's why I be standing over your mama letting it dangle doing a cabbage patch with your weekend. Woo, girl, do it. Woo. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I give her that good one, nigga. And then I'm out. That's why she sleep every time you get home. Make you cook for yourself. Nigga, go make a sandwich, boy. Tired. Because I don't blow that ass out. I'm going to wear your mama out after this broadcast, nigga. Straight up and down, nigga. Straight up, nigga, smack her on her booty and make you take the garbage out, little nigga. You better get the fuck on somewhere. I'm your elder, nigga. It was rumored that WP would knock her head off and come back later when the police tape is up to read the crime scene. Oh, you know what? Nah, I heard he did something like that once or twice as like a show of force. Like if I see anybody talking, you know what I'm saying, or whatnot, you feel me? So word up, word is bond. Pat doesn't know Preacher was doing hits for Richard Porter. Apple was also in the streets taking hater shit, talking hater shit about Rich Porter. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I'm not going to necessarily say Pat doesn't know. Maybe she didn't know. She has to know by now. Enough people have said it. Enough rumors have been floated, good or bad, in regards to her brother, his character, and the person he was when he was on the street. So she has to know by now whether she chooses to believe it or not. You know? Pat did more to get her brother back than her mom and Rich. You're absolutely right. Absolutely correct. G-Mac says, she says positive things about AZ. Well, she's stupid. She just, well, I ain't gonna say she's stupid. She may have evolved, you know what I'm saying, in her womanhood, her life, her spirituality, and this and that and the other, you know what I'm saying? She might not feel it in her spirit to go up there and say nothing about that dude. But did Vlad give her a chance to? You feel me? On that tip, like, did he ask the right questions? Because man, I've interviewed AZ's other baby mother, and she said that her and Pat Porter both have similar stories to share in regards to the violence they endured at his hands. You know what I'm saying? The jealousy they endured at his hands. You feel me? The controlling that they endured. So I don't know, homie. You feel, did he give her a chance? That's what I'm getting at. Yeah, till I did come back with a better attitude. I'm calling me names, nigga. Fuck around with you. You come here, name calling, nigga. We gonna talk that shit. You heard? Crab in the barrel, absolutely. Now shout out to the godmother again, Miss Donna. I spoke to her about her relationship with Pat Porter, and I'm gonna bring her back so we can speak more in depth. Because I've heard about the living conditions that Richard Porter left his family in. Pat Porter pulls up to Vlad with the real paid in full. I just saw Zeke Black just went across my screen and shit. Fuck him. That's not a shout out. Feed the wolves ass nigga. Snaggerpuss just came across the screen. She pulls up with the real paid in full. She already said it wasn't the real paid in full. You know, y'all see how the blogosphere work though, right? She pulled up with the real. That nigga probably ain't seen the whole interview like I ain't seen it, nigga. You feel me? Andre Page and his crew was another team of cats kidnapping people to word right along with Ron Do and the rest of those guys. You know what I mean? The guys that kidnapped AZ and his folk. You know what I'm saying? Ron Do and all of those cats. Sean Brush, what up though? What up though? Vlad always has an interview with the opposition of Alpo. We live, eat, sleep, boxing. What up though? We said Vlad always has an interview with a opposition of Alpos. Well, what is he supposed to do? You feel me? It seemed like all the ops want notoriety at this point, which is crazy because they didn't want that smoke while Poe was out here, especially knowing that he's back in the neighborhood and you can fuck around and bump into him at your auntie house, coming from the bodega down the street on 170-something or whatever the fuck ever. Or he might meet up with you or reach out to you to meet you if you said something interesting on one of these blogs. and it got back to him. You know what I'm saying? So then nobody wanted to speak like that except for these weirdos like Ears the Lice or Sean Branch with his capping ass. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Kurt Bone, keep my fucking name out your mouth, dog. Keep Kurt Bone. Keep my name out your mouth, dog. I'm just saying, homie. You a blog about me, nigga. But all that sideline shooing, talking in the barbershop, sideline hating you hoe niggas do, that just make you look like a hoe nigga. Be real. I thought you niggas was legendary Jeep type niggas, man. Man, listen, man, all the niggas from my hood, the real legendary Jeep type niggas, if they got a problem with a nigga, they let it be known. They'll tap you on your shoulder. They'll hit your phone, nigga. They'll pull up to your house, nigga. They'll find where you be if that's important to them. And y'all will have that conversation or something will just pop off spontaneously. You feel me? Y'all niggas ain't cut from the same cloth as my OGs. Kurt Bone. You ain't them soft ass niggas that's repping your town that talk that shit in these comments. Talk to me directly or don't talk to me at all, homeboy, because everything I said, and I don't say shit behind niggas' back, I blog about it. So everything I said on my blog, I say to you, dog. You know what I'm saying? Can you men say the same? Because the shit y'all saying in the background, inadvertently, that you want to get back to a nigga, sound like some bitch shit to me. You feel me? Like that nigga weird for even choosing that topic to choose with whoever he chose to choose it with to get that comment to me, man. Fucking weirdo. I just had to say that. What up, though? I ain't getting the notifications. Poe like, what up, though, Mr. Hearn? Team Alpo in the building. Dig this here, man. I was late tonight. When I come on late, your notification might not drop, homie. So that's my bad, dog. Vlad fuck with AZ. He probably avoided asking the right questions about that nigga. Or moreover, AZ may have set up the interview with Pat Porter. I mean, you know, you got an exclusive relationship with AZ over this course of time. You know, you did business with him. I don't know how many times AZ done been there, 2 to 3 times, let's just say that. So, you know, shit. AZ could have been the bridge that put that into play. For all we know, Vlad was Rich Porter and AZ. Vlad was Rich Porter and AZ friendly. He shitted on Alpo, Preacher, and Apple. Well, of course he would be AZ friendly. AZ came to a show, and you know what I'm saying, this and the other blase split. So we knew that he would be Pat Porter friendly as well, because he needs whatever insight she can provide from him, because for all intents and purposes, she is a dinosaur. That's like when I saw the trailer, seeing her take Vlad was like when I saw the trailer for Let's Take a Ride, and I saw Alpo come out. That don't happen, man. You don't get Alpo on screen like that, sitting down talking to you like that. So when I saw her, that was like, whoa. I wonder what narrative she's pushing. I wonder what lured her out. Alpo was smashing Pat first. I don't know. Nor do I want to say that, because Pat Porter was underage when she was dealing with AZ. Now, I'm going to call myself into question saying that. I believe Michelle Cavallo, which is AZ's baby mother, said that she was underage when she was dealing with AZ. And that's a reputable source. So if Poe was smashing her first, then that means he was dealing with her while she was underage as well. And I can't go for that, Mr. Brush. So I don't know. Plus, I ain't never heard that like that. You know what I'm saying? Alpo smashed Pat Porter. Lady T said, oh shit, what y'all know I don't know? Somebody talk to me now. Somebody talk crazy to me. That's right, at the bodega. I don't know who this troll is, but once I get your picture, I'm lighting your ass up. Who we talking about? The sniper gang been doing their thing. I ain't seen too many troll comments. So who we talking about? Vlad is obsessed with Nas and Alpo because he couldn't get an interview with them. He's obsessed with Nas as well? I'm mad Nas should have put a diss track on 21 Savage, dumbass. I got to agree with Kodak. That nigga smoking dick. I don't even know what that means. But Kodak said 21 Savage is smoking so much dick over there with Drake that he said some bullshit like Nas is irrelevant and been irrelevant and this and that and the other. And that nigga can't hold Nas jockstrap. But then I look up and it's a song called One Mic, One Gun. I never listened to it. You know what I'm saying? I will say this though, 21 Savage is evolving, fucking with Jay-Z. And then signing with Drake, I feel like was a great move for him because Drake can teach him how to rap and make him likable to an audience who probably wouldn't even listen to 21 Savage if Drake wasn't attached to him for a whole album. Because I wouldn't. I ain't listened to a whole 21 Savage album ever. And that ain't no cap. You know what I'm saying? That shit just get too simple and repetitive at one point. How many times can you kill a nigga on a song? Gangsta Lou got an interview on Vlad next month. Found out Vlad paid for his teeth. I hope Vlad telling me pay. I hope Vlad say that shit out loud. Deshaun Brush finally got kicked out the whip. So he about to fuck around and find out. AZ's daughter was at the interview also. Word, did she speak? Did she speak? I don't like what she had to say after Alpo passed, but I understand it. You know, I don't like her statement and everything, you know what I'm saying, after Poe's death, but I understand it. Chris Paul, man. See, they say they kicked the Sean Brush out, and here you come in here right behind him. That's what made me think these fake profiles, man. I ain't seen you all day until I started to see my moderators talking about kicking the Brush dude out. You know what I'm saying? Why don't y'all be yourself, man? Be who you is, man. Sean Brush is still in here under a different name. Yeah, Chris Paul. It's a fact Alpo was smashing Pat. Was he smashing her first, though? Wax said 21 Savage is a snitch under a program so that he's not extradited back to his country. I wouldn't doubt that. That nigga is with the Slaughter Gang. I looked at the indictments of the Atlanta DA. The Slaughter Gang ain't on. At one point, let's just say about 3 years after 21 Savage came out and got popular with Metro Boomin, about 2 years even. Them niggas was doing some serious killing. That's what the word on the street was about them slaughter gang niggas. You feel me? Them niggas was kind of like the shower posse in Atlanta. You feel me? Like a lot of bullets. Them niggas come chop it up and it's a lot of bullets. Like the Chopper Boys in Detroit. Rest up to Dex Osama. They was like the shower posse. Them niggas coming, all of them got choppers. So nigga, it's 100 shots with every nigga there. You feel me? I don't know. He might be. Shit. I ain't heard about none of them niggas getting indicted. I ain't heard about, you know what I mean? Unblock Shine Brush, he good, Big O. Man, if my moderators took him out the game, he out the game. It's a couple people that I fuck with. They be like, unblock me, O. Man, my moderator took you out. They took you out. You feel me? I'll go back and look at the comments and see what he said and judge, you know, but I ain't gonna change I give him the freedom of reign. You heard? Good night, young lady. Until next time. Man, Roof in the building. All right. I'm out of here at the 2 hour mark, man. 2 hour mark, I'm out of here. My niggas say fuck out of here. No, AZ's daughter didn't speak. I think Pat didn't want that. Well, that's interesting. Nah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's coming in the future. Especially if she was there with her mother, because she can build her own relationship with Vlad, have her own conversations. She's grown. That could be her way into a recurring role on Vlad. We got Richard Porter's niece. You know what I'm saying? This and that other blah. I don't know how he would. We got AZ Faison's daughter. You know, I don't know how he would address, how he would announce her rather. But he'd find a way to make her interesting to a crowd, to have people come out and see what she had to say. And enough of us will want to watch and see what she had to say because of the way she spoke about how she felt about Alpo's death. So we know she wouldn't have a filter when she's asked those type of questions. And that's what Vlad likes. You feel me? Chris Paul is Manny from DC's nephew. You could be right, homie. These jokers come in here and try to change the energy, and we ain't allowing that to happen. I appreciate all my moderators, my squaderator. You know what I'm saying? They in here. They don't play that, man. They don't play that. And I trust them. Armando Pacheco. Armando Pacheco. What up, though? How you be? I hope I said that right. Or is it Paco? Because the H could be silent. Pacquiao? Armando Pacquiao? Lady T say he asked about Cosmology, babe. Oh man, we don't fuck with niggas that scam women. We don't fuck with people that target the elderly, the opposite sex, or nothing like that. Cosmology Bay is a predator. I don't fuck with niggas that prey on older people or women or nothing like that. And that's what he does and did. And I proved it. I still got proof. Vlad about to interview that nigga that Alpo made take the picture with him. Hey, you know what? You might be right. I could see that happening. I could see a 30, 45-minute interview with him just off how that even happened, how he knew Poe, how it got to the point where he was in the picture, and did he want to take the picture? Man, I could extend the interview with him for an hour, so I could see that happening. Plainfield, right? I am friends with a lot of people on Instagram, including the families of Alpo and Rich Porter. You keep stating you was on Cosmology Bay page. I have been a lot of people's friends. That's why I hate to vouch for people, because once I find flaw, Cosmology Bay got flaw in me. You feel me? Once I find flaw, I step back. And then too, in order to save myself a bit of embarrassment, I spoke to that man, Cosmology Bay, in the background. Before I exposed to y'all that he was a fucking scammer out here scamming older women and elderly folks out of their bread, I asked him about it. I said, people contacted me saying this and that and the other, yo, what's good with you? Did you take money from somebody? And he told me, no, that was someone I know that does business with me that did that. But this person began to contact me asking me for money. I spoke to the woman again, because again, this is a woman contacting me saying, yo, if you do business with him, can you please ask him to send my money back or to send me the products he promised me? I said, I asked him about it. And he told me that you did business with someone else. Are you sure you did business with Cosmology Bay? She sent me her Cash App receipts, the conversations that she had with him via email and this and that and the other, where he told her that he sold CDs for this much. I think it was 2 for $30. And she bought $60 from him. So she's supposed to have 4 CDs come her way. She spent $60. Sent him the address and everything, and he kept giving her excuse after excuse after excuse. Oh, I gotta go to the post office. Oh, I forgot to create the label. Oh, the post office told me I gotta put a return address on. I gotta go back down there and do this and that and the other. And she never received her goods. You know. Cash show tonight, bro. East Coast, what up, though? Me, I was on his page. He said he seen me on Cosmology Bay Instagram. Hell, I'm on everybody. Ma's Instagram, Plainfield. Know me. I agree with all these dudes got character flaws, especially King in New Jersey, where they bully the deodorant. Man, I'm on him, man. You feel me? I let him breathe for a minute, but I ain't forgot what he said. And I still see him out here kicking it. Yeah. That fat funky troll. Dig this here, man. Hey, Born Divine, BTB TV. We're gonna talk about your solo sex tape escapades, dog. Yeah, you cat dick motherfucker. We're gonna talk about your solo sex tape escapades and exactly how many women you've sent these tapes to, man. It's something weird about a man that sends out, you know what I'm saying, solo sex tapes of him and his meat playing together and shit. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna talk about that a different time. It ain't fun now. So yeah, he a scammer, homie. I don't even remember what poll I got loaded up back here, man, but I just feel like we should be hearing some type of poll, man. Let's see what this is.
DC always thought they could fight. They're not Philly. They think they're the best fighters in the world.
Shit, we can put them to the test, Poe. Like I say, ain't no bitch in me. I ain't never ran back down from no man, and I ain't starting. You feel me?
And you ain't gonna start now. Go and get your money, little duffel bag boy. Go. I ain't never ran from a nigga, and I never.
Right on.
That's that. I was just saying yesterday.
Right on.
That's what I'm doing. I'm going to get my money. Little duffel bag boy, you heard, Poe, man. What you say, homie? Alpo showed he was loyal. We seen that with how he was ready to slide on Kevin Clark's family and the dudes that killed Kevin Child's mother. If he crossed someone, then there's a valid reason for that. I got to agree, dog. I got to agree. And then, even if on the flip side of that, There were points in my life where I didn't cross niggas because I didn't give a fuck about it. That was my valid reason. Man, fuck that nigga. You feel me? I never signed up to be best friends with every nigga that could call my name. That's one thing that gave me chills in training day because I felt the same. After they popped the old boy with Hoyt in the house, and he was like, man, that man was your friend. He knew your name. He said, why, son? Because he knew my name. I played that motherfucker. I'm playing the game. Absolutely, man. Some of you niggas is fool and don't even know it, man. Thinking you cool with the killers and this, that, and other. I called my man, yeah, shut this bitch down. Yeah, nigga, you number 4 on his list. As soon as he needed that bad, you gonna knock at your door. And you gonna let him in with your dumb ass. Y'all niggas so dumb. Niggas don't come to my house. Don't nobody know where I stay. I got niggas I love that can't knock on my door because I don't allow it. And if they should knock on my door, I got that thing waiting on them like, dog, what you got to explain something, homeboy. First of all, how you know about the honeycomb hideout? Second of all, what the fuck you doing here? Third of all, what the fuck you doing here, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Flat. That's facts. Erner beat women. He beat women. And I'm pretty sure he done scammed more than a few of them too with the CMOS products. You know what I mean? So he scammed my peoples of God. That bullshit CMOS, he selling fake. And it gave my God, sub-God, erectile dysfunction. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to find that video. Yo, if he took it down. Sub-God said he bought some CMOS from motherfucking King Erner, and it gave him erectile dysfunction. Imagine that, dog. I'd be looking to do more than sue that nigga if he sent me something that made my penis soft. You know what I'm saying? Not my penis. You know what I'm saying? Break me out. Or goddamn it, make my ear fall off or some shit. Don't fuck with my penis, man. What's going on? Say that's a valid reason too. The ends justifies the means. Absolutely, K. Hey, K, I like your energy, homie. You feel me? Broke his wee-wee, dog. No one knows where I reside either. Absolutely. You know, you got to be close family and friends to pull up over here. You know what I mean? I'm talking about close family. You feel me? Yeah, he broke his wee-wee, homie. That nigga Erner beard is gray as hell. Alpo worrying the hell out of him. Yeah, that dead body on his top. He keep talking about it. That's why he can't do nothing but keep talking about him. You know what I'm saying? He about scared. He about think he's still out here and shit. I'm about to start doing a show too. This coming show is called Damn. Or is it Damn? D-A-N-M. Dumbass nigga moments. I'm about to start ripping these comments straight from the thing, and we're gonna discuss these motherfuckers on the what you call it. Yeah. Dumbass nigga moments, man. We're gonna yank some of these comments because niggas say dumb shit, niggas indict themselves and others, all in the comments or whatnot, and then be acting like they smarter than thou or holier than thou. All man, shots fired over my little man. All right, I'm out of here, man. I appreciate y'all. Until next time, man. Salute to the fam, the mods. Peace to the 5% nation of guys of earth. It's all love where it's love back. And everything else, you heard? Peace.
Right. I got you. I love it. Hey, what's going on? What you need from me right now?
Do me something like, can you say like, yo, this is Alpo, and I'm tapped in with, I'm tapped in with Up for Debate TV. Just something like that. Nothing big. You know?
Whatever, I'm just asking you what you want me to say. This is Alpo, and I'm tapped in with my main man.
Yes, sir.
Debate TV.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's easy and it's true. Go ahead, let's go.
All right, go ahead whenever you're ready.
All right. Yo, this is Alpo, and I'm tapped in with my main man up for Debate TV all day. I fuck with him.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you for that one.
Yeah. We good?
Yes, sir.
All day love. All right, Detroit, just hit me.
It really hurt me when they killed Stan, nobody knew who to shoot. We ain't even have a plan, he sold me my first gun. He held my first son, if I was with him shooting it out, bitch we the one. I shed tears for my niggas who ain't here. They tattooed and spit that real shit to remember him, bitch I'm that dude. Catch a op and spit on his baby daughter, I'm that rule. Right at 3 o'clock, as soon as he get out of school. You killed my dude, I don't give a fuck about you. I hope somebody killed you in case I never found you. And yeah, they know I'm bound to, and I put that on move. And when I saw Tawana start crying, shit, I cried too. Cause then I knew it was real, that was your boo. And I ain't fuck with them other niggas, but they cried too. I wore black like a whole 30 days. I slept in niggas' bushes, I fed niggas' caves. Asked Satan for the power and the rage to kill the right nigga. Shot up a couple houses, a couple twice, nigga. Supposed to been at your wedding with you threw some rice, nigga. But now it's snake eyes like I threw some dice, nigga. I lost you. How the fuck I'm supposed to take this shit without a real target? How I'm supposed to take this hit? Now everybody get lit, it's a green light. I sent a couple cowards to you, blood, take they afterlife. God, I hope I killed you, nigga. And if I didn't know it, still do, nigga. Yeah, you took my right hand man, you took my nigga 5. Now everybody had a problem with his homicides. Bitch, I don't care if you did it or not, you gotta die. I know my nigga, he with me, he riding from the sky. Now I'ma let this mag hit you and rip through your bone tissue, bitch. And if you still breathing, no, I'm still coming get you, nigga. And I ain't going, he tryna set me up and he don't think a nigga know it. Animosity show it through his words, how he spoke it. Steady asking where I'm at, he tryna send him hitters smoking. Bitch nigga, I hit niggas for that same motherfucker. When niggas needed a friend, I treated them like a brother. When niggas was on your ass, bitch I had your back covered. Then the envy kicked in, jealous coward motherfucker.